we find the soldiers back down at the Ring of Humility, having gone down into the shopping center, avoiding detection, getting a good amount of items, spending some of their long sought after wealth as adventurers. You guys got to go to several different locations, meeting several different individuals, interesting shop owners, and one of them ended up flirting with Yanslin and setting up a date, to which she responded awkwardly and without experience. And then you came back up, and after finding yourselves in the Laughing Satyr Tavern, finding a new recruit to join the team, a pilot, a ship captain, a probable drunkard coming in, and immediately took him to test his mettle in combat against the monks of the Gentle Light Temple of Gentle Lights, and getting back into the Ring of Humility. So we begin round 2 with Seamus very far away. What would you like to do?
I'm going to run along the side of the wall.
As one should, because that's awesome.
Climb up on top of the statue's head. I'm not sure if any of these monks can see me up here or not, but I'm going to reach out my arms into the sky and say, "Heralds of the dark, arise. Children of the night, feast upon my enemies."
Ooh. And so it begins.
Roll. So that's 2 rounds from now.
Mm-hmm. And what are you summoning?
Ooh, in 2 rounds, 5 swarms of bats will arrive onto the field to fight for them.
Okay.
Then I'm going to say, "Shadow of Ill Omen, devour their spirit." And as a bonus action, I'm going to summon my hound.
Okay. And where are you putting the hound? Just threw him out there for you.
Start with him in the wall.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, no, that's a little far, I think.
What's the range on summoning?
Yeah, I'm just looking. Isn't shown. Uh, 120 feet of you, yeah, so I can do that.
Okay, sweet.
And then is Dio on the other side of this wall?
He is. Dio's right here.
I guess he'll be right there.
Okay, sounds good. So he's marking Dio?
Yeah, he's going after Dio.
Okay, sounds good. All right, anything else for you? Oh, he gets his attack.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
He's gonna attack. I can't see through my shadow hound at the moment. Is there any? Do I have any teammates next to Dio?
No, Dio's 5 feet away from anybody considered hostile to him right now.
Okay. Will a 20 hit? Looks like yeah.
Yes, it will.
He's also gonna need to make. Ooh, that's a pretty good hit. A strength save, which it looks like he rolled.
Yes, he rolled a 23.
Okay, so yeah, he's not knocked prone, but he does take 14 damage.
All right, sounds good. The one time the old man actually rolls well. Let me see here. Cool. All right, anything else for you, Seamus?
I think that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, that was pretty good. All right. Next up we have Dro, and then a couple of monks, and then wardens on deck for the players.
I'm gonna use a key point to disengage the step of the wind and rotate around here. And take 2 hits on this guy. Maybe. Let's see, virtual dice are nice to me. They are very nice tonight.
It's a good start.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, which one are you attacking? You're attacking one?
Yeah.
Okay, one. Just got slapped around by Yaslin a little bit, landed on the wall. Dro, case in point, the reverse gravity is still in effect. Give me to make that distance, and like you didn't move because you succeeded in your dexterity saving throw to like grip onto the ground and save yourself, but reverse gravity is still pulling everybody up. So give me just give me a strength or an athletics check. Give me an athletics check here, just as you have to move around to try to resist the pull of the gravity. That's not good. It wasn't a super high DC, but that's not good.
I do have inspiration though.
Okay. If you want to do that, go ahead.
Not much better.
I was like, a 10. What's to do with that? 10 would have succeeded.
Question: is it dark?
Yeah.
Like, could Dro have used his shadow step? Because I was under the assumption he couldn't.
You can use the shadow step. Yes, it is darker in here. Because it's at this point, I think it's something like 3 a.m. or something. Because you guys went shopping late, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of that. Okay, that all still works. You could shadow step, and you're like barely on the wall. Like you're tippy-toeing on the wall as you like make this slash. But it's a natural 20. It succeeds, and one is just like completely like knocked out and like slapped against the wall. So he's like laying upward on the wall, just like zonked.
This gravity's a problem. Because if I move, I have to make that athletics check. Well, fuck. I could have did something, but I'm not gonna backtrack on it. Don't want to move. Yeah. I'll just throw away my other attack because I can't reach anybody.
Okay. Gotcha.
And that's it.
Okay. Next up is Ska. Ska is down there tangling with Warden. He's first of all going to get up out of the prone position. Going to remain with his hand. He's going to replace his hand that's kind of gripping Warden's ankle. He's going to flip around and like put his foot down on Warden's ankle instead and stand up. And he is going to. Which one is it? Oh, I've got my guys in the wrong order. Oops. Okay, he's going to use his 4 attacks just to go all out on Warden here. Hey, where's the... Okay, no advantage, no nothing. These are just straight rolls. That'll be a 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Excellent for me. Okay, that's going to be 6 points of damage. Next attack. Oh, it was almost a nat 20. 15 that time.
15 will not hit.
15 will not hit?
Nope.
I've got your armor class is a 13.
I've got 16 on my sheet. Let's figure out why.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have something clicked in D&D Beyond that I should not? It should be... Oh, what? Because he's a 3-creen, he doesn't wear armor. He's got the
Natural.
The natural armor, which is...
Plus your dex or something.
Yeah, I thought it was 13 plus 3. Which would bring me up to 16, but let me double check that. 13 plus your dexterity modifier. As an action, you can change the color of your carapace. Yeah, okay. So 13 plus 3 equals 16.
Gotcha. I'll go ahead and just change. Hey. I'm the DM. What do you mean I can't change this? That's weird. Okay, I can change that. Why can't I change the armor class? That doesn't make any sense. Still learning some new details with this whole
If you
new
click
system.
the edit in the top left of your sheet, you can then edit your armor class, maybe.
That is correct.
That's what I'm
That
doing.
is
That's what I'm
not correct. Technically, it looks like I should be able to, but the software is very unhappy. This value is being modified by an active effect and cannot be edited. Disable the effect to edit it. Okay, so what is the effect?
Okay, and I ended up doing something about this last time.
Your spells effects. Is it because I... Oh, I wonder if that's it. Is that going to impact it? No. That must mean that the current effect impacting it is grappled.
No, I think I found it.
The game still doesn't like that. Huh. Oh, wait a minute. May the 4th is this Saturday. Okay.
Yes, it is. Well, that's not what I want. Okay. Sorry. Let's try this. Aha! Victory is mine. Okay, cool. I've got that in there now to represent the formula. And so you are good. Okay, the 15 does not land. Okay, next up, he is going to...
You're grappled, right?
I am currently, yeah. Unless he wants to let go.
Not currently. He's kind of like going to town on you with his foot like planted down on yours and just like rapid fire upwards on your torso. Okay, so that's 17. That will hit. Ooh, good roll. That's a 5. Minimum damage. And then last one. That'll be a 15 again. Okay, so a couple of hits in there, and you are still grappled. Pretty weak round by him. And then Juan is unconscious. Warden, you are up now.
I expected death. Alrighty.
This guy's strong suit is not necessarily the damage, it's his speed.
That's fair. Yeah. I was definitely just expecting to get my ass knocked in this first time. Oh, let's see. I'm still able to take the attack actions. It's just that if I wanted to escape them, I'd have to use my action to attempt to escape their grapple and then run away. But this
correct.
guy is clearly faster than me, so I'm not gonna bother with that one. I think instead what I'm gonna do is, since I got four little arms, I'm gonna take my guns and just shoot it right into his chest in the hope that my gun will be able to push him back, or at least knock him back to the ground, which might knock me over too. But honestly, it'd be kind of funny more than anything. So I'm going to go ahead and go to oh wait, no, that's spells. No, that's actions. Oh, this is weird to look at. Do I have my special actions in here? Pretty sure last time I just rolled through D&D Beyond. Oh, nope. Okay. No, this is not the right one. Still trying to remember my my gun names. Should be... yeah, okay. We do... this. Oh, it didn't make the roll, did it?
Not this time.
Alright, I'm gonna go into D&D Beyond and do this because... Alright, that is a ninth. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, that is a 19 to hit with Zephyr.
That will hit.
Awesome. That is 9 force damage, and then they have to make a strength saving throw equal to my spellcasting DC, which is 15?
Ooh, that'd be a 4. So no,
cool.
he fails. You are no longer grappled.
He is pushed 15 feet backwards.
Okay, 15 feet.
Alrighty, then I'm going to go ahead and shoot with my second pistol. And that is a natural 20.
Ooh, that hits a little bit. Okay, so you like push him out, and you guys are currently standing on a ledge. It's probably about like 10 feet up or so. And as you knock him out, he has flight, and so he kind of like skids into the middle of the air, not moving. Go ahead and roll your... oh, and then I'll have him roll the next saving throw at disadvantage for for the natural 20 because it's cool. Yeah, that's not going to be great. That's a 6. So he skids into the air, and you fire the second gun, and once again he's like, oh shoot. And it like compresses him down into the snow. Go ahead and roll your damage and add another d6 on top of it for fall damage.
It's boy, I am so not used to this stuff. Oh, that's right, it's over here. Okay, d6. That is a total of... Where'd it go? I think that was 12. My history is gone. Can I look at my past dice rolls? Okay.
Okay, and he is prone once again. You still have your movement speed available to you. And bonus action.
I'm gonna use this time to go ahead and 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Actually, we'll do... There we go. 30.
Okay.
Stepping back into the light, and in terms of bonus actions, I had my entire turn planned out last week, and now I'm not thinking of anything.
Got nothing.
As my bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and cast Hunter's Mark. And I will place the Hunter's Mark on Hadu.
Ooh, okay.
We wanna make sure that the injured person takes even more damage, so they get knocked out, and I can just move that to someone else.
Perfect. Okay.
And that will end my turn.
Okay, got you there. Let me see here. I keep forgetting about this. I'm gonna do a quick change up here and just rename him Ska plus layer actions. Okay, layer action is going to go up next, actually. Warden, all of that movement, you are going in the direction of the gravity. So it's a little bit like you're walking downhill rapidly. Give me a dexterity save just to see if you're like holding onto your footing properly while that's all happening.
What a time to be alive.
Okay, that would be a no. So I'm gonna say, like, as you go to, like, you're kind of doing well. You're using your little toe claws to like grip into the snow and grip into the rock, and then like as you like go down this like slight ledge right at the end, one of the rocks or something slips and you lose it and you fall upwards. And you're gonna pass right through Seamus's dog. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yeah.
I'm gonna offset the dog.
I was hoping to just slam into Haidu and just take us both down at the same time.
You know, give me a... I'll give it to you. Give me a roll. Below 50, 50 and below, you go into Hadu and we'll see if you can react. Or above 50, you hit the wall where the dog is.
R/D100? Nope. /RD100? I don't know why I put R/. Too much Reddit, I guess.
Okay, yeah, you go and slam into the dog. Seamus, your dog is not actually incorporeal. It can just move through things, right?
Yeah, I can move through other creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain. The hound takes 5 force damage if it ends its turn inside of an object.
Interesting moment. What if something else ends its turn inside of its space?
That one isn't covered.
No, it's not. I think the Hound and Warden have to collide here. And I think it is like if something ends, or if it ends its space, it gets punted out into like what are the next available spaces. That's usually how like incorporeal movement works, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think with the Hound, he can like stay inside of walls and stuff, but he just continuously would take 5 damage. So I think he would be hit, and then on his next turn, when he ends his turn, if he's inside of something, then he would take 5 damage. I would think, but I'm not sure. It's one sentence.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So that'll be 10 points of bludgeoning damage to both Warden and the Hound as the two of them smack into each other. And then you leave the Hound next to it, but we all just know it needs to move. Okay, so... Oh, Warden, go ahead and give me a concentration check for the damage.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
A Hunter's Mark drops.
Warden's having a rough day. He's
Yeah.
he's
got a
thrown into the
natural
middle
20 and that's it.
He's thrown into the middle of combat with a whole bunch of monks, has no idea what the hell's going on, and is at least partially buzzed, if not a little bit more. And it's 3 a.m. By this point, he's probably wanting to, go to sleep too.
You look around and then like there's a bunch of enemies like standing on the ground like around you. You're like, things are weird right now. Okay, well that ended interestingly. Technically that would have happened after the lair actions, so I'm gonna do the lair action now instead of retconning that. Interesting. Oh, I gotta look something up.
Then there's your sorcerer, hanging on strong up there. Just chilling.
That is true.
I'm just watching you guys from a distance.
As we're all like pressed up against this wall.
Just like, I don't want to be anywhere fucking near that.
He's like, thank you, but no thank you.
Ooh. I haven't gotten to do this one yet.
Oh.
Okay, I'm very excited. Seamus. The statue separates its arms. And is gonna and it is essentially a summon construct that is gonna swing twice at you. Nobody was close enough to this thing last time, so I didn't get a chance to use it. Let me make sure I'm
Probably
right.
shouldn't have stood on its head.
I'm so glad I backed away from that before this fight.
It's like, I don't want to do a hypnotic pattern. Everybody's like in the middle. What's going on with D&D? Yeah, it's slow. And I don't want to do spike growth because everybody's in the middle there. Okay, I was going to say that's too much. Okay, just not that is. Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay, gotcha. It's sorry, first time using this. Okay, first attack is going to be a 19.
Would it be a disadvantage because I'm invisible?
That is correct. You're on top of its head, but it is a disadvantage. That doesn't help at all. 19's better. All right, so that'll be. Okay, 1d8 plus 8. So that is 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And please make a Constitution check on your invisibility.
Sorry, just
No worries.
13.
13 succeeds. Okay, next one. And I'm just gonna... Oops, ignore those. I was re-rolling the wrong thing. Okay, a 24 versus another 19.
Gonna hit again.
Okay. Next one, that'll be an 11 points of bludgeoning. Good.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
Seamus is getting hit! Prestidigitation! She immediately wipes off the blood on the corner of his mouth.
I was trying to turn off my invisible and it froze and I started hitting buttons.
There you go.
His invisibility drops, mine does too.
Yep, it does. So Seamus, a couple of hands come up and they essentially clench this to like clap on top of its own head. And as it does, it kind of pulls away and you are like kind of rocked, not expecting that to come to life. And you both pop back into visibility. Okay, so that was my lair action. So now over to Yaslin.
Whoopie doopie! Alrighty! I'm just gonna take 2 swings with my sword at Hadu.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And technically these will be at advantage because even though let me see, where is it? Even though Warden is prone and like kind of on the wall, he is still a threat to Hado, so this is an advantage here.
I don't have to reckless land, it's just...
No, you don't. I mean, does it change any of that? No, it doesn't. Okay.
Wham!
That'll hit. Go ahead and deal the damage.
So do that.
Okay, 13 slashes him, kind of looks back at you, and there's like a big cut like along the side of his chin.
Don't worry, I got another one. It misses!
It misses.
That is an impressive AC that we've just discovered.
Mm-hmm. This time it swings in, and he looks at you because he was mostly paying attention to the bug that just like splattered into the wall next to him. He comes back and he comes in and goes, "Pink."
Oh.
That's enough of that. And he pushes it back at you.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Turn.
Next it's his turn.
I just swung at him, but there's someone on the ground. There's someone at the ground.
I just got my temporal strike back.
Oh my gosh, I'll see you guys next year.
Okay, he's going to walk up the wall towards you.
I am shifted still, so.
You are shifted, that's right. He doesn't know that.
He doesn't know that.
Does Warden get an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, I'm just
about to ask.
Maybe? I'm trying to picture this 3D space in my head right now. Okay, there's a wall here, Yaslin's here, Hado's here, Warden's here. He's going to step around. No, there's not really a way for him to flank with Randar. Because Randar's 10 feet up. So him going up would not give him flanking with Yaslin. So no, he is going to stay where he is. And yeah, he's gonna use his temporal strike on Yaslin. Where is it? There we go. Ooh, that's a 16. That. All right.
Yaslin,
you see this kind of like glowing red and yellow fist just swinging right at you, and this time you take the blade that he just gave back to you, kind of turn it flat and like
no.
push it back a little bit.
I've seen this before. You're not hitting me with that.
Yep. I'm gonna put Warden back because he flew away. Hey, where is this? There we go. Just decided to do a thing. Okay, that'll be the end of his turn. Nope, not that. Nope, there we go. Okay, actually, is it the end of his turn? Yes. He's gonna stay there. Dio's up. And Dio is going to make his... Okay, I'm gonna make Dio do an acrobatics check here to move. Yep, that's what he does. So he basically like starts wall running, like he's a monk because he is. He like runs along here and gets up in Margot's face.
Can my hound take an opportunity attack?
Yes, it can.
Warden.
Can you
yeah.
move
Kill
him
him, guys.
closer?
Kill him, guys.
I don't know, we can't.
Kill him, guys. Don't let him touch. I didn't do anything this time. I didn't hit him with a fireball. I'm not a threat. Look at Yaslin.
What is
Yeah,
that,
Everybody believes
Yaslin?
that.
Because Warden's next to him, do I have advantage? He's got pack
You do.
tactics.
Pack tactics you have. That'll be a hit, yeah.
Nice. Oh, nice. And he's
Yes.
knocked prone.
Ooh, he's prone. Okay. So he's prone. He's gonna...
Oh no, everyone's frozen for me. Oh, I'm back.
That's interesting. Okay, what to do with this then? So he goes to move. He's successful in moving. You don't have Sentinel, so it doesn't stop him. But he's gonna fall prone. Basically, like you're gonna like clip the back of his leg, and he's gonna like take a knee as he moves 5 feet forward. Warden, you can take an attack of opportunity as well. It is at disadvantage because you are prone. And this is before he is at prone. Not that that would help a ranged weapon. Oh yeah, give him a punch with one of your extra arms.
Yeah, I don't actually really have melee weapons equipped. Even though I have 4 arms, it's like technically I only have 2 weapons, but that's a
16, that will not hit.
Blah, blah.
So
damn it,
so
I can't do
his-
my 1 damage. No.
his goes unanswered. So he moves 15 feet forward. Let me see. Okay. He moves 5 feet forward. He stands up to become unprone. It's 25 feet of movement. He has 40, so he needs 1, 2, 3. Stops him from getting to Margot. And I said he wall runs. I said he wall runs, so that was the direction that he was going for.
Saving Margot's life with clutch moves.
So instead, he's gonna scooch over. Let me see. So instead, he's gonna turn back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and run back over here, and run up and flick Yaslin in the head.
Hit me in the head? That's so rude.
Be mundane, or be meager.
I just blocked a freaking temporal punch.
Yeah, you did. Now roll me a intelligence saving throw. Oh, here, I'll just use the ability. Oh!
Like I've learned.
Okay, Yaslin.
20 for intelligence.
Yaslin with the rolls. Okay, Yaslin, he comes up and flicks you. You feel the same sort of like invasion of his energy like flowing into your body. I'll let you describe this. How do you resist this last time? Where last time he temporarily removed your will to swing your sword, to fight, to use your physical prowess in combat. You took that away. This time it doesn't catch with a nat 20. Where are you at? What are you doing?
I think she sees this coming, almost out of the corner of her eye. And the first time this happened, it was very frustrating for her, and she felt powerless pretty much in that situation. And I think getting flicked again, she always has a stubborn streak, and so this really is like the moment where she's like, fuck this. And she perhaps does a small slip in the fact that she might have slightly pulled at her chimera and other things in this moment.
Okay. He flicks you, and there's this internal kind of, oh hell no sort of scream.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, Yaslin, roll me, roll me a Constitution check. Here.
Constitution check.
Okay.
23? I'm rolling really good on her. Which...
Okay, I was not quite ready for this yet.
No.
Okay. Yaslin, as you scream, you kind of unintentionally tap into her.
Oh no!
Into it, and as you scream, like there's little mandibles that like protrude from your jawline a little bit, and your scream, it's not just rage, it is high-pitched and shrieking, and if there was any glass nearby, it most certainly would be shattering. This scream echoes out, resounding throughout the back of the chamber where you guys are, and I need everybody within I was not planning on developing this ability today. It was in my mind though. I need everybody within 15 feet of Yaslin to make a Constitution save, as their ears start to scream in pain.
Oh, oh no. Oh no.
Okay, my boys.
Oh dear, guys.
Okay, Yaslin, what's your proficiency modifier right now?
Well, 4.
It's a 4?
Yeah, it's a +4.
Okay, I will say anything, so the DC is 14. Oh, do I want to do it that way, or do I want to do it based off of your Constitution? They're the same, it doesn't matter. I'll say it's off of your Constitution modifier.
I mean, my
anybody that
infectious
got
fury has a DC save of 16.
16? This one's a little different.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a 14, so anybody that got a 13 or lower, Yaslin, go ahead and roll 2d6 thunder damage.
4.
Okay, so that is 4 damage to anybody that got a 13 or lower. So that's Dio, that's the Hound, that's Dro, Warden. Everybody else is fine. I love how the oldest man, I guess technically Randar's older, but Dio's the one who should be deaf, and he rolled the lowest.
And all your allies.
And all my allies. Which is like the backfire thing. She's like, oh fuck.
Mm-hmm. And Yaslin, for this moment, you are raging.
Okay. Well, this isn't good. What I wanted to avoid doing.
Mm-hmm. But getting hit with a couple of attacks that you know are very dangerous, kind of put you in there. And the dice told me to go this way, so I listened to the dice. Okay, Dio, with a little bit of blood streaming down from his ears, is going to shake his head, and he's going to go for 2 unarmed strikes against you in addition to his pacifying touch. Come on, where is it? There we go. And there is no advantage or anything against this. It's just a straight roll. That one does not hit. Oh, it wanted to be a natural 20. Can't I have a natural 20? That'd be so nice. So the next 2 of them come out, and Yaslin just like you're boiling a little bit.
I'm a little pissed, a little fumed.
And just like they're coming out, and you just like kind of like reaching your hand out, and like the monk fist is just gonna like a couple of times, just catching them completely. Okay. That's it there.
Randar.
Now it's Randar's turn. Randar's going to look at Yaslin, look at this, like, these, like, bug teeth, essentially, that have, like, come out and, like, sort of to frame her face. Seeing the scream, is going to say, Well, that's not what we need happening right here for a moment. Stay put. He's going to cast Wall of Force on you.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna put me in a box!
He's gonna put you in a box.
Wait, remind me, this isn't a spell, right? Or is this a spell?
It is a spell. It is concentration. So revert or change gravity fades. And
do I do it? My turn's next. Counter spell.
okay. Go ahead and roll for that.
What do I roll? Is it just a spell
It's
attack, or
it's I think it's an Arcana check, and the DC is 10 plus the spell's level. I think that's how it works.
Oh my gosh.
18?
Am I free?
I'm just gonna
It's not an 8th
check.
level spell, is it? That means. Who are you bringing us to? It's a fifth. Okay.
I think it's like a fifth,
Oh, your
maybe.
Fenstro.
Wouldn't that?
Make an ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Okay,
does
so
that
that
mean?
would have been a
Is it just a
13
D20 plus?
force.
A D20 plus
It
your
would've been a-
spellcasting modifier.
So,
Yeah,
Is that what it
yeah,
is?
so that would have been a 13 plus 4 instead of plus 5, so it's a 17 instead of an 18.
17. Okay. Cool. Good to know. The spell fizzles. And he looks back at you. Impressive. You're learning. And you're too close. And he's going to... Oops.
Uh-oh.
Well, the gravity's still going because he never actually got the spell off. There's another tiny little gray area. If you're concentrating on something and what you're about to concentrate on gets canceled, are you still concentrating on the first thing? I'm gonna say no. So the gravity stops pulling. He mentally started switching, and you canceled what he was switching to, so the original thing doesn't count. And he's going to use his fly speed to move over to Margot.
Yasin has Sentinel.
Can I
Light.
whack him?
No, because he's 10
No?
feet in the air.
Oh.
He's flying right now. And he's going to come down and hover right in front of Margot.
And I use my reaction, so I can't use shield on any of these.
That's okay.
That was his action to cast that spell, so he doesn't have anything at the moment either. So Margot, go ahead, it's your turn.
Hey, buddy.
He's just kind of standing there, arms folded in front of you.
And you see green magic shoot out from her arms as she casts blight on him.
He said, "Hey, buddy, you're too
Hey,
close."
buddy.
And
I'm learning.
It's a really good roll.
That
This
was-
is insane roll.
wait,
There
hold
were
up a
so
second.
many 8s. Oh.
Okay. Let's see here. So he's gonna see that blast out, and he's gonna kind of put his hand out and deflect it. You see it kind of spray off around him as he uses one of his legendary resistances to succeed.
So he takes half damage.
Yeah, is it half damage or is there some other effect?
It's half damage because it's not an AoE spell, so he can't use evasion.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm gonna give him 23 back.
So good though.
Oh, that's a Constitution save. It's not an attack. Okay, so that doesn't matter that you're melee.
No.
Hmm.
Neither does a quickened mind sliver.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, come on. Oh.
Well, he's just gonna let that one happen.
He has to subtract D4 from his next saving throw.
Okay, gotcha.
He's baned in basically for 1 round, or until he uses that bane. It wears off
After
Yeah,
one
it
round.
wears off.
Okay.
After the next saving throw, it's like a bane for his next saving throw. It doesn't keep going for the whole round.
Gotcha. Okay. And he looks at you after, like, his hand is, like, a little bit blackened and, like, shriveled looking, like he just, like, held something that exploded and, like, he has, like, soot lines in it, but it's necrotic damage instead.
She takes off her glove and flips him off with her necrotic hand.
Interesting. You burn through your power very quickly, don't you?
I suppose so.
What happens in an extended fight? He's going to use his legendary action now that you've gone for a strike against you. That'll be 20 to hit.
Sure, he can hit me. I'm gonna hellish rebuke it. Ah, it went away.
You can't. You already used your reaction to counterspell.
But
that was. But then you had your turn. Okay. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're totally fine. Okay. Cool. Okay.
It's also
26.
Really good roll for a bad
Okay.
roll for a hellish rebuke.
All right. So. Oh, for a dex save.
Good to
Okay.
have a long time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright, and he's going to use, as you cast your spell, he's going to use his legendary reaction. Or, say, Unreal! And he slaps his hands together, and his aura changes to a red color.
Seen this one before.
Indeed you have. And you see him, like, his fortitude kind of strengthens a little bit. Okay. That is it, as Margot gets clocked with a 26 damage go.
Shit, I didn't even see that.
What's that?
I didn't even notice that. I was focused on the hellish rebuke. 26 damage is insane.
Yep, 26 damage.
I thought it was 26 to hit.
Margot's hurting.
Yeah, she
Ow.
is.
See, that's why I use my resources. I know I'm going to be here for long.
No, well,
I make it to be. Yes, there's no other way.
She's like, I might burn out fast, but I burn out too
But I
hard.
burn bright.
Yeah, I burn bright like that. Yeah.
Okay. And then after that, I'm going to use one of the villain actions. Ooh, okay. Gone is going to drop down 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to use 25 of his movement speed. Just making sure I got the right guy. Yep. And he's going to, like, from his arms, he's going to grab, like, these cosmic-looking whips. Like, the light around him, he begins to wield. And in a flurry of just, like... I need all of his enemies to make a Constitution saving throw that are within 15 feet of him, which is everybody except the Hound. Okay. Wow. So everybody succeeds except for Dro.
Yeah.
Nicely done, guys. Actually, let me see here. Otto is going to use one of his future insight abilities to make... He's fixated on Yaslin at the moment. Yaslin, roll again.
Yeah.
Take the lower.
Alrighty. It is 18.
Still doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, Dro, you're the only one that really gets hit. Everybody else is able to like you get slapped with these light whips, and like you feel them kind of like burning. You can't have to like push against it, and like you're able to like push the energy back out. Dro, you are not successful here. You are hit for...
Oh no, here comes...
Is this considered a melee weapon?
This is not a melee attack. This is an ability that causes a save.
Okay.
Okay, Joe, you are hit for 4.
Don't shrug, Margot. We don't know what the end of that 4 is.
That's fair. That's good.
You are hit with 4 radiant damage, and that burning is still lingering within you.
Ooh, damage over time. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so that was his villain action. So now it's his actual turn. And he's gonna 5, 10, 15, 20. He's gonna pop around behind Margot and stop her nonsense.
I did. No fireballs in this fight. I just want to be clear. You guys should be very proud of her. She didn't set any, except for Randar. She didn't set anybody else on fire.
Punished for no fireball.
You dropped another blight on him earlier, though, too.
That's like at level 4, 45 points of damage.
Good. He's gonna come over and...
That's more damage than the hit points I have left.
Ooh. Did I already use that? No, he'll save it. Okay, yep, he's going for 3 attacks on Margot at advantage because he's got flanking.
Shouldn't have been petty about the hellish rebuke.
So that's gonna miss, but that was without advantage. Here is with advantage. That's still gonna miss, surprisingly. Okay. Next one. He comes in and Margot, like you see this one coming, it just swings towards the back of your head and you just duck under. It doesn't take a lot for you
Really
to duck.
short and he looks really tall.
He's pretty tall.
Oh
He's
my gosh!
Wow. Okay. Last one. This better hit.
Okay.
There we
That-
go.
That makes sense.
Okay, 23. Okay, so he swings up, and then, like, as you duck down, he goes for a kick. You kind of roll into the side. You're trapped against the wall, and this time, like, he pivots around to his other foot and, like, does, like, a back kick and, like, pins you into the wall. So that is 22 points of radiant damage, or 22 points of bludgeoning and radiant damage combined as he hits you, and there's kind of a flare. Like, okay. So that was Gone's turn. We're now back at the top with Seamus.
Is there a way that I can have vision through my hound? Like, can you give me ownership of that token or anything so I can see when I'm selected it?
You should have ownership. You do have ownership. Let me see if the token itself has sight. How about now?
Yes, that's great. Thank you very much.
Okay, sweet. We learned a thing. Woohoo!
Yeah, the hound will move towards Dio and make his attacks first, or his attack first.
Okay.
Uh, 23 looks like it's gonna hit. Ooh, nice. He's been doing some pretty good bites. 13 damage, and he's knocked prone.
All I was saying is Dio is terrible at saving throws. Like, his old rickety body can't keep up with the demands.
Poor Dio.
Poor Dio. Okay.
This way, I guess. Run alongside the wall there. I'm going to take some rock and catapult it. No, I think I need to move forward still. Yeah, I'll use my bonus action to dash. So I can be in range. That's right there. And then yeah, I'll catapult rocks towards this guy. Okay. There we go. He needs to make a dex save of 17 at disadvantage because my wolf is next to it.
And you're targeting Dio?
Dio, yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll the damage. It should make him do it. All the sixes.
Those are good.
Well, that's, I'm gonna roll one more because he's at disadvantage.
Oh, nice.
Shit. Okay. What level did you cast that at?
3rd level?
3rd level? Okay. Okay, so he takes 26 damage. For the natural one, I'm gonna say he's restrained underneath, like you grab the rocks, you send them out with such force you don't realize that you sent that many of them. Let's see, you do have a straight line shot on him. Yeah, you do. Yeah, this still checks out. And it's more than you intended. And you pin him to the ground with all the rocks that you moved, so he has the restrained status now.
Nice. And that's it for Seamus.
Okay, that's it for Seamus. Okay, after Seamus, I'm going to use one of my use one of my legendary actions on Randar again. He's going to strike at Margot once more. Oh, this should have been an advantage, so I'm going to roll that one more time. Okay, 24 to hit, that still works. Okay,
Good
24 points of damage. As he comes up and he uses like the palm of his heel to like smack you in the temple, and as you're like fading out, he catches you and like sets you gently to the ground. It's like,
And my chest explodes.
try not to burn so hot. Okay, yep,
Does
and
my
then
chest
your chest.
It did last time.
It did, even though it was a knockout. So, yeah,
I really just want to hit something with this one day.
one day. Go ahead and roll your attack. I'll leave you at 1 health.
We'll say 1 and 2 is Randar, 3 and 4 is the guy behind me.
Okay.
Hey, Randar, I'm targeting you.
Okay, cool.
Basically. Please hit.
Oh my
I'm never gonna
gosh.
hit with this goddamn feature.
Mm-hmm. Sees it come out and like just kind of grabs them, throws them on the ground, and stomps on them, hacks them into the snow. Okay.
It's cool, guys. One day you'll see what it is.
Today is not that day, but one day.
Okay. Dro's turn.
Did you say the gravity's back to normal?
The gravity is back to normal.
With what happened with Yaslin, I think Dro is fully focused on Dio because he's the cause of it. So he's rushing over to hit Dio.
Okay. Make your attack.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's gonna do it. I think a little frustrated and worried. He's pumping at the Divine Smite for that as well. I know.
Okay. Go for it.
There it goes. Ow. Then, second attack.
That'll also hit.
Very low. God, am I really gonna... Yeah. Fury of blows.
Oh,
Okay.
here we go.
Quentin hates this.
Beat him up.
It hits.
He probably has like one hit.
Oh,
point
he's
left.
still up.
He's still up. Just a bit.
It's one more too.
Oh, nice.
He had to be really low.
Whoa!
He was very low.
The
Okay.
hound disappears when he's knocked unconscious.
I don't think Dro sees anything besides that fight right there. I don't think he would have clocked the hound disappearing, Margot going down, Warden on the ground. All he saw was Dio flick Yaslin, and she went ballistic.
She lost her shit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
remind me, Lily, the fight with you and Seamus, was that discussed with the group?
I don't.
Like what happened?
Yaslin didn't say anything because Yaslin went straight to her room and then was not Yaslin anymore.
Okay, never mind.
So I don't think anything was said.
Okay. That is my turn.
Okay. Next up is Ska. He's gonna pull himself out of the snow. What are you ending up down here? And he's going to use a lot of movement. He's going to use his arms and like lap them down at the ground, and that's going to project him forward. I'll say 15. I'll say that projection up and forward 10 feet, because he still has to clear this. Then he's going to use his graceful step ability to move another 40 feet. And then he's going to... Let's see, what's the range on this? Gonna move over, and he's gonna pull a healing potion out of his pocket and dip it into Dio's mouth.
Oh my gosh.
Oops.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give him 15 points back. And it's an action to give somebody a potion. So that'll be it. That'll be his turn, is waking him up. He's gonna say, "You're still needed in the fight, old man. Get up." And he's actually just going to move over and kind of intersperse himself. There's a lot of threats. Going to put himself right here next to Yaslin. Okay, next up is lair actions.
Can I do a reaction?
What's that?
Can I attack of opportunity?
Oh, that's right. Didn't realize that you were there. No. His graceful step ability does not provoke opportunity attacks. Like, for the turn. See how it feels, mobile? Ha!
Okay. I knew it was gonna bite me in the ass one of these days.
Yep. You two trained under the same master. Okay, next up is the lair abilities. And the colors are going to condense and explode. I need both Dro and Warden to give me a wisdom save as it casts a hypnotic pattern. Okay, you are both charmed and incapacitated.
I get advantage against being charmed.
Yes, you do, elf boy.
I swear to God.
Not enough. This is against Randar's spell DC as he's the lair owner. So you both are charmed and incapacitated. Both of you basically going with the ooh, pretty colors vibe at the moment.
Gosh.
Okay. Okay, next up would be Warden, but he is charmed. You guys are both like kind of like dreary-eyed, like staring into like the sky. Warden, do you have anything that would be helpful against the charm?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
That just means I am out of turn.
Indeed. Okay. Yaslin, you are up. And you've got
Yeah, I'm
Ska and Hado. You've got Ska and Hado like in your face, and like Ska's shouting at you.
Scott shouting at me?
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, come here!" I mean, above board. He's very clearly trying to get your attention off of Dio.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh man. He still had movement left. I should have used it to move Dio. That was silly of me. Oh well.
You just dragged
He's
you
restrained,
away a
isn't
little
he?
bit.
Yeah, I guess so. It would have taken an action to like kind of dig him out.
I
And you guys were
don't think-
rolling really well. Like even if I gave him cover for being covered in rocks, you guys still were rolling high enough that you would have hit him.
I'm gonna... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay, had to.
Okay.
You. And now everything is just reckless. There's
Yes.
no,
Yes, it is.
there is no really, she's not really holding the moment.
Okay, 28. Sheesh. Nope, he's gonna let that happen.
Oh, that was.
Whew, good thing
That
you
was
let that
good.
happen. Weak sauce.
My weak sauce roll.
Okay, so that's your first
Okay.
hit.
I'll keep going before she. I'll do regular attacks. She's not completely gone yet.
So this is not a reckless attack? Oh, but it
No,
still
this
is
is a
advantage because
reckless.
Warden.
Yeah.
I mean,
She can't. She
you
can't do
get,
one
you get advantage
like,
anyways.
Yeah, the moment she recklesses, all of her attacks become reckless.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, cool. So that one hits as well. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Much
15. Okay, he's looking a little rough. Slash him over and over and over, and like he's a sturdy dude. Like he's able to like maneuver. Like every time you go and you do slash him, and I don't know if I've explained this to you guys before, but my interpretation of hit points is not that like your body can literally take a ton more damage than other people. I mean, in some cases, like Yaslin, yes, that is true, but also it's my representation of experience. It's your person knows how to move in combat so that they can survive through a larger amount of damage by minimizing it all across the way. Like little shifts and little subtle changes in their positioning makes it so it's not so critical. That's the way I interpret hit points. So like if somebody's asleep and they get their daggers, or if they're asleep and somebody slits their throat with the dagger, that kind of like bypasses that ability to be in combat and know how to survive longer.
Makes sense.
So it's not just like, you didn't make it through all of my HP. Do it again. You got like 6 more strikes.
Come like that
Let's
again,
go.
please. Yeah.
So Hado, every time like you're slashing him, he is like almost like professional boxers. Like when they get hit, some of them can like turn their head with the blow a little bit, so it hurts them less. That's the sort of thing that's going on here. Hado his robes are looking tattered. There's like part of his, it's probably like a triangle, like that full on falls off of his robes around his like mid ribs, and he's looking beat, but he's still got a lot of fire in his eyes. And he looks over at Dro. Why do you travel with him? He is impure. Is Yaslin coherent enough to speak right now, do you think?
I think she is coherent. But that just pisses her off more.
Okay.
She doesn't say a word. She just looks furious.
Gotcha.
Like, get his name out of your mouth.
Nice. Okay. Randar, after that, he's going to use his last legendary action before his turn to teleport directly behind Yaslin.
Oh boy. I'm getting up on Yaslin time.
Give me a sec as I adjust things due to his aura.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Yaslin. You might be here now, but come 3 turns later. I don't know.
And as he comes in near them, all of his people look a little bit healthier. Okay, so Hado's turn. Let's see if he gets his ability back. Ooh, it's a 5, not a 6.
Oh, thank goodness.
He only gets it back on a 6. Okay, and he's going to... He's going to focus on what he determines to be the threat, which is Yaslin. So he's going to go for 3 unarmed strikes against you. I think he gets 3. Yes, he gets 3. And this is at normal because you're shifted. That'll be
That
22.
will hit.
Got it. Damage coming in. Okay. Show me the breakdown. Okay, so that's 14 bludgeoning, so give yourself 7 back, and then the rest is radiant. And then add advantage again for the second strike.
It'll be a
21
normal.
hit.
That'll still hit, yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because it was a 13 first. Okay. Normal to hit. Jeez, that dice went on a journey. Okay, so give yourself 6 back this time for the bludgeoning. The rest is radiant, and then finally, that'll be 19 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. And for 25, lots of radiant, but give yourself 5 back for the bludgeoning portion. Yeah, so Yaslin getting clocked several times. Just and he looks back at you. Yaslin, how are you doing? How are you?
I'm just gonna roll that charisma save right now because really yeah, something else is like, yeah, she's not having it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I did things a little bit out of order, so I'll just do them now. It tells a better story this way, even though I'm gonna cheat on the rules slightly. Smacks you several times, and then a revived Dio is going to take his legend or his villain action. Need everybody within 10 feet of Dio to make an intelligence saving throw as he, from underneath the rocks. And Dro, you're a little stunned, so this moment will kind of catch up with you later. But this is the loudest you've ever heard Dio in your life. Usually he speaks very softly, and usually it's only when he does his little forehead flick thing that he speaks to you at all. Of the most of the words he's ever said to you were doing that. And here he shouts. Oh, apparently the shouting has disturbed the puppy. Here he shouts. What is your conviction? And all of you, so let me see, Yaslin, Warden, Yaslin, go ahead and roll an intelligence save.
I got 15.
No kidding.
Yaslin's been doing amazing in things.
You say 13, Dro?
Wait, saving throw? Wait, why does that?
Saving throw, DC, it's a DC 14 intelligence save.
I'm confused because on Forge I have a +2, but I have a +1 on D&D Beyond. Either way, I rolled a 15.
You're good.
I'm very confused.
And Warden got a 2. Okay. Yaslin, we'll start with Yaslin. You feel this projection, this interrogation of the spirit that Dio throws out. And it hits you, and as it starts to sink in, you feel something else come up and push it away very hard. and you do not suffer the effects of his interrogate, but you rolled a 2 on your charisma save.
Yeah.
You stare into the dark.
And the darkness
Endlessly,
stares
there's
back at
not.
me.
No,
Oh,
but hundreds of red eyes collected together begin to glow through the darkness.
oh, fuck.
Yes. You can hear globules of saliva kind of hit the
No.
ground. Just, there's a little sizzle to it. What do you think? The taste of using my power.
I think this is a mistake.
You don't get a choice in the matter. You will only be your own vessel for so long. What do you say? What do you do?
It's kind of pissed off. I think I try to punch her because I'm like, I'm sick and tired of bugging me.
Roll an attack.
I don't know if I have an unarmed. Maybe I do. Don't know what I'm hitting at. I'm hitting at something.
Natural 20. You blast off from the push of your toes, and a cloud of what would be dirt, if there was dirt, it explodes behind you. You run up, just crack her across the face. And you hear as some of the chitin breaks on top. Go ahead and roll your damage.
It's just 5 even because I don't use a damage die or anything.
Okay. Okay. 5, a little piece of chitin falls to the ground. Clatter, clatter, ding, ding. She looks back up at you. You will do very nicely. You hear her stomping closer to you. That is a sweet Naruto blanket. She gets down.
Ooh.
The paws of the fur on the chimera looking down at you. You can feel like hot, putrid breath just kind of rolling over your body.
Don't get fucking cocky now.
You've got a lot more to learn, a lot more to do for us to complete the plan.
What plan? So far
I
you've just
told you.
hitchhiked and... not going to happen.
And she reaches down and like a little bit closer, and like one of the paws reaches up and like touches the mandibles on your face gently. I am already beginning to manifest in the outside world. It's only a matter of time.
Let's see if I can break the mandibles off.
Roll me a strength check.
A 20. Dirty 20.
Describe the moment.
I think she looks this thing that is taken over a part of her that she never gave it permission to. And in a moment of defiance, she like grabbed the sides of her face that the jaws are attached to and just starts tearing them off without a care about how much damage she does to herself or how much it hurts. And she throws them to the ground. You do not own me.
As you reach for them and she realizes your intention, almost in slow motion, she lunges forward. Oh. And with this scream, snapping them off, breaking your own jaw,
Yeah.
tearing some of the skin, breaking a part of the chitin. It is wildly painful. For something like that, roll me 2d12 worth of bludgeoning. Not mitigated that rage.
That's 11.
11 points of damage that you do directly to your own jawline. Tearing them off, throwing them to the ground, and as they hit, they don't clatter, they shatter instead. And you are shunted back out of the space. And you are back outside, damaged and staring at the ground where there is blackish blue chitin crushed on the ground. Little bits and pieces sit there, beginning to be covered in snow.
I think in this moment, she's just not really focused on anything around her. And it's like a moment of pride for her, knowing that like she stood up for herself when she didn't really know what the outcome would be. And she still took that risk.
Okay. And your face fucking hurts. You can tell you can't really move your jaw. And blood is just dripping from your chin, falling onto the snow and the blue chitin below it. Okay. Whew.
Yes,
My body feels like steamy and hot, like after like that like crazy moment. Okay. Warden. This is essentially Noah, do we still have you? Or did you step away for a second?
I am still here. My internet's been spotty all night, so
okay.
I just decided probably be better to have the camera off, so that way I don't,
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Warden, you also failed your interrogation check from Dio. You are pulled away from the battlefield. Things were kind of sparkly, like it was taking you a moment to like shake your head loose of like the color barrage that assaulted your your enhanced like bug eyes. And like as you kind of like open them, expecting to kind of like see the scene kind of fade in a little bit, you instead just like the rest of the world is kind of muffled around you, and you just see like yourself and Dio standing like face to face with each other. You just hear him repeat the question. What is your conviction? He stares at you intensely with this like strange light kind of like burning all around him and acting like smoke.
Warden is going to just kind of keep staring at him, bug-eyed. And he's going to respond, "Oh, well, what do you want to know? What's it to you? Why are you taking this moment to just talk with me when you should just be, I don't know, punching me or something? What do you want?"
There is much to be learned in a fight. What drives people influences their resolve, what they can do.
Well,
What drives you, Thrygreen?
I think that the best response right now, that makes the most sense. There are two things that are driving me. First thing is my next glass. I'll be able to go out and drink. And with that, I'm hoping that it will be able to bring me perhaps a little bit of...
You kind of cut out there for a second. Go ahead and repeat.
Oh, fine. He goes, and after I have a drink, I really, really am hoping that for once in my life, I will have yet another really nice bit of sleep. Because I'll be honest here, I don't get enough of that. Or are you looking for the more philosophical answer? Because if you're looking for that, you're going to be very sorely disappointed. Because I'm afraid I'm not quite sober enough to have a philosophical conversation while we're getting our asses whooped, and I can't really stand up.
He looks at you, not even sure if this dude can see or not. Like, his eyes just kind of glow a little bit. They look a little milky.
Not again. What's the point of making a quip if I'm gonna...
Oh,
Wow.
the point is the quip. It's like,
I was asking strawberry milk, chocolate milk, or regular milk for his milky eyes, but, I don't know if that came across or not.
more like maybe a banana milk. They're a little bit yellow.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm,
I don't think I've ever had banana milk.
It's
I
weird.
don't know.
It's good, but it's weird.
Interesting. I don't think I knew that existed.
And he looks at you, and you kind of just hear him. That's disappointing. To run.
Well, as I'm currently laying on the ground, I do not believe that I am running. Unless you mean I'm running away from my problems. And at this point, well, I'm close enough to death that the marathon will be over soon enough.
Enough. And the like outside kind of fades back, and you are indeed like up against the wall. He's still buried under the rocks. And you skip your turn. But you already had that moment with because you're already stunned. So does that? Oh, oh, actually, Warden, give me a wisdom save at the end of your turn, because you can try to be what is it called? Uncharmed.
Oh,
Fuck me.
No. No.
Warden.
Warden is going to have a lot of words to say to everyone after this.
No, I thought we said
In and out. Alrighty.
I'm a great fighter.
I thought this was just a little spar, and in turn I get my kicked.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that was Hado. Dio is going to spend his turn trying to break himself out of the rocks. This will be a athletics check.
Oh,
Oh
Dio.
man, you old man.
You poor man.
He gets a few of them loose and off of him, but not much. He's still restrained. Randar's turn. Okay. What's my fly speed? Not that good. This time around, he doesn't actually attack. He looks at Yaslin. Yaslin, you feel like a heavy, thick hand on your shoulder. How do you react to that?
I think she doesn't register for a second, but then her gaze definitely turns.
Like coming back to herself a bit.
Yeah.
And you hear from Randar. It's quite a lot of screaming you just did in two different tones. Are you okay?
I'm better now.
Which comes out a little bit more like,
I'm better now. I'm better now. My doctor hurt.
Do you wish to continue?
Looking around, how do my teammates look kind of bamboozled?
One of them's knocked out, one of them's far away. You haven't seen Seamus in a hot minute. You don't know where he is. You saw his hound for a second though. And Dro's looking dizzy.
Yeah.
So be it. And He's gonna gear up and go for strikes against you, Yazin.
That one ain't no quitter.
Right.
That's fair. Of all the people he could have asked, it was.
Yeah, it's like, you want to ask the barbarian?
17 to hit.
No hit.
Alright, normal damage. Oh, I rolled pretty high on that one.
Ooh,
Oof.
that hurts me.
Okay, give yourself 4 of that back. The rest of it was radiant.
No hit.
19 to hit.
That might take me out. Oh. Hey, look.
And give yourself 3 back from the bludgeoning.
Look at Gaslin. That'll hit.
23 to hit.
That will take
Something, you're unconscious.
Yeah.
Okay, comes up and just... In kind of like a proud moment, I'm definitely getting, if anybody's familiar with One Piece, the moment where Zoro knows he's lost his duel against Hawkeye, Mihawk, the greatest swordsman in the world, just faces him forward because he says wounds on a swordsman's back are his shame, and just accepts the end. I'm getting a little bit of like vibes for that, where Yaslin knows that she's beat, but she doesn't want to stop. She wants the experience. She wants to complete it, even if completing it means she gets knocked out.
Yeah.
And just what is your pose? Are you still looking to like step into your next swing, or you just sit there and take it?
She takes it. She kind of looks like she's doing her best to minimize any like full permanent damage it'll ever do, but like she'll take it.
Okay, gotcha. Doesn't go for your face.
Yeah, it's already messed up. Don't touch my face.
Yeah, instead it's like a rapid 3-shot, like starting like near your clavicle and then in your sternum and then like in your solar plexus, just like and just like the burst of radiant energy. Yaslin just flops against the wall, kind of slides down. What's the expression on her face?
It's peaceful, man. She feels like she won something, and she might have lost this fight, but she won something much greater today for herself.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Margot, go ahead and roll a d20. I like this house rule just to see if you pop back.
How's it going in my head right now?
I don't know. We'll see what the d20 tells us.
What's the D20?
That was a weird one.
That's almost a 1. That's scary.
Fun.
Remind me, do you get consecutive attacks? Did we talk about that?
No,
No. Okay.
I think it was a one and done opportunity.
Maybe at higher levels we'll bump that. Okay. You're hurting. You get knocked out a lot. It's not an unfamiliar process. This time at least you don't feel like you're trying to resist death, you just know you're out. And in the middle of the room, standing there, welcome back.
I'm sure you have critique to provide on my performance out there. Some snide remarks to say. I don't think we're
No.
getting stronger doing this.
Now, why do you think that?
Experience.
Margot, I am a great many things. Adaptable is one of them. Very adaptable.
Hmm. Do you think that what I'm doing now is helping us at all?
What do you think? Last time didn't go very well at all. This isn't a lot different, but I'd say you behaved more tactfully. Results are not to be judged by a single instance, but in the trajectory in which they climb or decline.
It doesn't help if I go down like this in a fight against someone who intends to kill me, though.
That's true. He looks at
Doesn't matter
you.
how tactical
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it doesn't matter how tactical I am if I'm not strong enough.
And just the strength you need scare you.
Not having it scares me more.
He looks down at your arm. It is growing. Your power. I can sense you resisting it so far. And that's fine. I would suggest, however, well, quite frankly, if you just let me feed on everything, that'd be delightful. But I recognize how unrealistic that likely is for you. So how about this? Set a boundary. Give me what's up to that boundary. Make that portion yours. Instead of something you have to fight against.
Anything that's not allies is free reign.
Careful with your words, girl. I meant it when I said I'm interested in a partnership here. So let's start a little small. Your arm. Let me reside fully in your arm.
On the condition that you never harm my allies.
I understand that's a no-go area for you. I'm not interested in that. Other than you seem to come across power often enough that it's intriguing and possibly delicious.
And what would granting you my arm give you?
Space to breathe, for one.
It's a deal.
And what are your terms?
You know my boundaries. I ask that you help me still accomplish my goals. No matter what. Get Echo back from Draw. Destroy the Otenki organization. And stop the war of the Quarry. Help me
Alright.
achieve that.
Give me a bit of time to formulate the best solution to some of that. I'll make good on my trade. So let me piece it together a little bit first. Do we have a deal?
My brother's spirit tethered to me. He counts as an ally. You cannot destroy that connection.
It's fine.
Then we have a deal.
Opens up his hand, and a scroll made of rough paper kind of extends out of the wood. He flips it forward on the table and it just rolls out and flops on the floor with print. Print not made of ink, but print made of like darkened portions of wood pulp in the paper. Sign at the bottom.
I want to read what it says.
Does Margot?
Margot, that's the question though. What is Margot? She signs it.
Oh!
There's no pen. It goes like this.
Okay. She does cut her hand and signs it with her blood.
Then
God, if I was a cleric, that would have been great divine intervention right there.
he gets it, and he does the same. Marks his hand in the same way that you did. Puts it down. It's kind of a yellowy brown sap. And you do see like little particles of glowing green inside what is his blood as well. Then we have a deal, Sfarad.
So it seems.
I'll help provide you with what you need to achieve those goals. Three, one each. 3 moments of greater access to my power. You've seen the flexibility I wield. The specifics can be ironed out in the moment. Up to about 15% of what I'm capable of. 15% of your body, 15% of access.
Okay.
I will specify 15% of access compared to as if I had food, which is significant. 15% of what my true form would be would frankly make your atoms disintegrate. But this you should be able to handle in short bursts at first. Enjoy your rest, Miss Sfarad. He curls up the scroll and sets it back in his hand, and it really reabsorbs back into his hand. Any last things to say before you are just hanging out in the snow?
No. I think she's made her bed and she's gonna lay in it.
Mm-hmm. And then there's Yaslin, who put gasoline and a torch to her bed and threw it out a window.
She's like, I will not lie there.
Yeah, I have.
There's like they're
minus 2
just
strength,
such
so good.
complete opposites when it comes to their inner demon.
Mm-hmm.
They are. It's so great. It's so bad too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Haslin's so stubborn. She's like, I will not.
Yes. Hi, buddy. Yes.
Margo.
Do you guys hear the drama I have to deal with?
Yeah.
I mean, you
Uh,
guys don't know.
Yeah.
Do you want to say hi yet?
And I don't like it when the Hound of Ill Omen went away.
Good boy. I know you like it when the hound's in. Is that your NPC? Is that your PC? Do you want
Yeah,
me to
that's
say
my
that-
buddy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hi, bud. He's telling me, Dad, it's dinner time. So with that, let's go ahead and take our break here. Okay. Next up is Gone. And he's going to move forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right about there. And now you're in range. He's going to just move up and do 3 of his light bolts overhead. Seamus. 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. 19 damage there.
That is doubled because I am vulnerable to radiant damage.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
And it is full radiant, so
What?
that would be. Oh, I think it already applied.
It did.
Okay, cool. Alright, second attack. 18
Also
to hit.
hits.
Okay,
Seamus is
20.
unconscious.
Oh.
Seamus, were you still climbing on the wall?
Yeah.
How high up?
5-10 feet. It doesn't look like very high.
Okay. No worries there. Yeah. So a couple of bolts go out. Seamus, have you ever experienced radiant damage before?
I have not.
Okay. These blasts of pure light come out and slam into you, and they're shaped and colored like beams of aurora, and they come in and hit you, and the darkness that is so very close to you is almost pushed away like the cleansing of a poison, and it burns deeper. So much so that like the third bolt like flies over your head and like cracks against the wall because you're already falling when he wasn't expecting it to take you out that quickly. Any final thoughts that Seamus has as he's falling?
Fuck.
A man of few words. We love it.
Poetry.
Okay, and Seamus is unconscious. Okay. Dro, you are up. You are still charmed.
Do I get a turn?
Yeah, go ahead and do your roll. Sorry, you're right.
It's all. 5 swarms of bats show up on the field.
That's right. And I made tokens for you.
Nice.
Too bad Seamus passed out just before he got to see his bat friends.
Okay, go ahead and place them wherever you'd like.
I think that near the edge of the map, since they just came into the battle.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have them kind of just like show up around me, and like probably see me on the ground, and they're a little worried about me, these little bats.
They kind of like hover and make a shield around Seamus.
Yeah, a little bit. They'd at least like stop for a moment to pause, and then they have 30 feet of movement, so they're gonna go ahead and get into the fight because I did command them to attack my enemies.
That is true.
They're gonna do that.
Okay.
Or at least they're gonna like move in that direction. I guess they're not
can
gonna
dash.
bonus action. Yeah, I don't think they want to because then they can't use their attack, so they just get hit. Come forward here.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. You've got control on those. Dro, you're charmed.
Stillness of mind. Like charms over.
Nice.
Yep. Doing monk shit.
Three
Pretty sure
people
they
are
have
down.
that as a bonus action in the new monk.
Oh, that would be fantastic, and still have your action.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Dro, you're being bewildered here. And what does your moment look like where you break yourself out of it?
I think Dro focuses, since he's seen the colors and some unfamiliar to him, I think he kind of realizes something's going on here, and he'll just calm his mind in the moment and snap out of it, and he'll kind of look and see, where is Seamus? Okay, so he would see Seamus out cold, which is very concerning because he normally doesn't. Margot,
Out cold.
and then looks at Yaslin with Randar standing over top of her. And Dro looks up and enough. And he'll just drop his sword. And I think if they let me, and if they don't, then he will force them out of the way. He will push the two in front of him out of the way to get to Yaslin. And instinctually step in front of Randar almost as a shield, even though he knows Randar's intent is not to kill. It's still that protective shield.
Yeah. Roll a persuasion check. At advantage. Ah.
It's a nat 20.
I knew you were going to say
It was a 20 and a 19.
I could feel it. The dice vibes were telling me it was going to be a 20.
It's funny too, because I was looking at this one dice for the longest time. I was like, I'm gonna roll that one. That one feels good. That's the one I got a 20 on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Randar doesn't even move. Aye, that's enough. And you can tell he's like looking slightly past you towards Hado. It's enough.
And
The combat comes to a close.
Dro does not even acknowledge that he's standing on the opposite side of Yaslin. For once. He doesn't care that he's there. And then lay on hands. All 15.
Hey, Yaslin, come back. Yaslin, tell me if this tracks. Actually, never mind. No, never mind, then never mind. As you come back, he's healing like the worst portions. Your face is still in the same state.
You good?
He's just kind of chuckling.
Well, Joe will just kind of relax and kind of look up at Randar. Thank you.
For what, boy?
Just watching the exhaustion go up. Teaching us a lesson. Dro's gonna help Yaslin to her feet if she will stand.
She'll stand. Her hands are bloodied. Her face is bloodied. There's blood all over the ground. But she looks like she's pretty happy about everything. All things considered, she might have been like beaten the shit out of, but she is a happy woman.
You.
Seamus, what do the bats do?
They're gonna attack the monks.
That's what I was worried about.
Uh-huh.
They last for an
Um.
hour, and I'm unconscious, so I can't tell them to stop. So they came here to fight.
They don't disappear when you go unconscious. They're not summons.
They're at... I'm having this hilarious moment of like a bunch of bats coming in and the monks just like punch, 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 like just punching the air.
Someone wakes me up, I can fireball the bats.
They do have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing, so you're gonna have to
Of course they do.
punch a lot. They also can't be charmed, frightened, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, prone, restrained, or stunned.
Awesome. So it starts happening and the bats just like start swarming and like slowly dealing damage. And there's just, damn it, Skak, I'll give him a potion. Skak quickly flies himself over and gives Seamus a potion.
Fucking Seamus.
So Seamus, you come back with 9.
As I come to, I can see the bats in the distance, and I'm, putting 2 and 2 together here, and I say, "Heralds of the night, stop what you're doing. Come back to me now." And they'll just fly over and hover around me again, so that they're less annoying.
Less annoying.
Warden's gonna go ahead and holster his pistols, and from one hand he'll bring out a flask, and the other hand he'll conjure up a couple good berries. He'll just walk over to Margot, look down at her, take a big swig from his flask, cork it again, and then just kind of like, Ro, since you're right here, he's gonna turn to you. He's gonna go, "So like, I'm able to help her. Do I just like put it in her mouth and make her chew, or like, do I toss it at her, or like, what is the actual? I've never actually had to use this on someone who's like knocked out before."
Dro knows what it is, right? Because
Yeah,
Dolphin used them before too.
you've seen Goodberry before.
I was just gonna look at him and be like, God damn it. Force her to chew
What are
it.
your good Warden, what do your good berries look like?
Oh God, what do my good berries look like?
That
Alright.
sounds provocative.
Oh my, what do my good berries look like?
Like,
Uh,
stick it in her.
Well, I was like, I don't know if it's like I stick it in your mouth and then make you chew and just like take your jaw and just kind of go like that, or if I just like squeeze the berry over you and hope that you like drink it
Is it
while
like
inhaling.
splatters like all over the face but not in the mouth?
Yeah, I don't know what to do there.
Margot's gone.
Mid,
Margot is just spiraling.
I think Dro would.
I'm spiraling.
You know what? Hold on.
But as for the good berries, I think that the way that they would be designed is that they are green, a very, very strong, dark hue of green, and they look almost prickly, with like little cactus hairs sticking out of them. You can see around the base of each of the hairs that stick out is just a little bit of yellow.
Cool. Sounds exotic.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to eat that in real life. That sounds pretty horrible.
Makes sense for a bug though.
Cruising on down Main Street.
Dro is just going to. God, I wish the dice rolled better. Start to pick Margot up to make it easier for Warden to place the berry in her mouth. And I think Dro will just kind of put his hand and bump her chin up. Because he's really curious to see how this is going to work.
We've used this spell before. Why is it so bad today?
It's freezing.
I think he's just gonna manually feed the unconscious person. It's okay.
Okay. Margot, you come back to Warden holding your face and making it.
He'll go. Do you need anything to like wash that down?
And you
Look at
realize
Dro.
there's a flavor in your mouth.
Warden. If you don't put me down, I might vomit on you.
Dro just lets go.
And there goes
Warden,
my 1 hit point.
Knocks her head on a rock.
Warden only has 2 fingers, but he is going to hold up one of the fingers. This could mean thumbs up. This could mean wait 1 second. You're not really sure what it means. It's just out of the 2 fingers, he's holding one up, and then he's going to take the berries, smash them up a little bit, place them into his flat.
No.
Lost him.
Oh no! I jump out again.
Oh, there you go. We
There
got
he
you
is.
back.
Oh, there we go. You're
Okay.
back.
Yes. What was last thing that you heard?
You place
You're
What's
them
in
going
into
the
to
your
make
flask?
a
Oh, okay.
berry mimosa.
Precisely. That's the goal there. So after that, he's just gonna walk away and start walking towards everyone else again.
Dro's gonna wait a little bit to see if she actually vomits. And if she doesn't,
Let's see. Let's see.
he's ready to just back up. If need, actually, he is no. He's just going to back up.
Preemptive backup.
I'm glad I backed up.
absolutely
Oh,
love it.
she actually does. Oh, Margo.
Yep, that's about right.
I need my wine.
I want my alchemy jug.
No.
I need some soy sauce.
After that comment, Dro just walks off.
I think while they were messing around doing that, making sure everyone else is okay, Asla like sees if she finds these mandibles and she's just gonna crush them with her boots.
Yeah, easy enough to do.
Oh, here comes the bat.
I expect that Seamus didn't move at all. The bats just floated him over there.
Lifted me over.
It's like, hello, I have acquired my own taxi service. Randar looks over all of you, and a couple of his guys too. I think arrest is in order.
Yeah.
We'll get you cleaned up, and Mazam, I'll get some food brought over to your rooms as well. Dro, you know where to show them.
I think we might be headed down to the tavern. We've got a room down there.
No offense, but do you want an escort?
It's not a bad idea.
Perhaps we should rest here.
It's like
We can go back to
a
the
nap.
tavern.
We just take a short break here.
I'll get some of my people to come and tend to some wounds. But oh, what's that? The kitty face.
Yeah.
Take your time. And hello. And you seem kind of like looking a little bit to the ground. You're welcome. He looks back up at you.
Kind of grins at him a little bit. Looks at everyone. Kind of snarkily looks at Dio. I think we did a little bit better that time.
Looks at who?
Dio.
Oh, Dio.
Since Dro's the one that knocked him out.
Mm-hmm. He just stands there. He's ragged. He's kind of grunts.
Look over at Juan too and just sorry.
I think I'm learning I have just as much to learn as you guys do. Probably more. I haven't been here for very long. But I can definitely tell there's a bit of a gap. It's good to know.
Charles gonna look off towards the aurora and just study the lights and then look among all of the monks and recall Randar's previous conversation about how they utilize the aurora in their own unique ways. And I think in his mind, he's just mentally kind of putting that together, like Ska and his placement, his speed, and just each one of them one by one, and just seeing how powerful the aurora can really be. And I think he would also recall what he was able to do before he left here. And just kind of comparing skill sets and seeing where he was before he left to where he is now.
Okay, cool. Oh, Dro, give me a Constitution save. Is that right? Yep. And this is for like the whip that like hits you in the chest.
Con save?
Yeah.
This die. 13.
Oof.
13. Okay, that fails. Give me another one. So that failed while you were doing Peace of Mind.
That's lower.
So, okay. Yeah, not that it matters now, but you would have taken an extra 8 points of radiant damage as like it like swells inside of you and like burns. And then by the time the combat is over, Gon comes over and like puts his hand on his chest and like absorbs the light back into himself. Wouldn't want you to carry that around for too long.
Yep, that felt great.
Hello, the fluffiest of puppyesses.
Oh.
Aw. You're so cute.
All those big eyes.
Uh-huh. And the mustache. Such a puppy. Hi, buddy. Okay. You guys are able to go back. Unless there's anything else you want to do here.
Taking
You
a
can
short
go
rest
back.
here or somewhere else.
We get like a little rest first. Yeah, like my jaw hurts and everything else hurts.
Mhm. Yep, you guys are able to get back to kind of the bunks, and there is like specifically a room that you guys can go in if you would like.
Less people that see Dro, the better.
Joe's just gonna head to that room.
Sure. I just don't have an image for it. But that's a smaller room. It's certainly not like just feels like a room. It doesn't feel like an official meeting place or anything like the Randar's study does. And you guys are all in there together, just kind of resting up. There's probably about 8 beds in here. With trunks down at the bottom, it looks like this might be a place where people tend to stay as visitors or if somebody is here for a little bit. And not just like the common comers and goers. Nope. Wrong sounds.
Caca!
There's a couple of like crows that are like squawking and like fighting outside the window as they fly off.
I take it you guys may want to take a bit of a nap at least. Kind of looks at the 3 that were knocked unconscious. I
Or at least.
would say this would probably be the best spot. You shouldn't expect anyone to interrupt. And worst case, we can always have a guard if you feel more comfortable with that. I'm fine with doing that.
We're not sleeping here for the night, though, are we? We're just resting up to head to the tavern. Sounds good.
So Dro's gonna move in view of the door. Since he did say he would watch, make people feel more comfortable. And just wait to see what everyone else does before I say that.
I think
Marco's gonna. Oops.
yeah, that was she's like, I might find somebody to deal with this. Help me with this. And then I'll come back.
Every one of your words hurts.
Yeah. She like mumbles all of it. She's just like, I'm just gonna find someone to help me.
Margot's gonna sit in a window seat. And over this hour, as she rolls hit dice, use her soul will vial to get sorcery points back.
Okay.
Warden's going to take this opportunity to lay up against a wall, and he is going to place one of his hands on his right holster, place a second hand on the left side of his chest, kind of landing on the indent where the flask is, pull out his gun from his left holster, and place it onto his lap while holding onto it. And then using his fourth hand, it's just going to kind of fall limp as he leans up against a wall. And, well, he doesn't really have eyelids, but we'll go with whatever it looks like for Bugs sleeping.
They became a little less vibrant, maybe. As they kind of like slightly gray out or look a little glazed.
Dro's gonna take the hour to pull out the hat and attune.
I attune to the hat.
Mm-hmm.
Which hat?
Hat of disguise.
Gotcha. Okay. Right, I thought we already did that.
He attuned to the bracers.
Okay. So what are you unattuning from?
The cloak.
Okay. Gotcha.
I think, I don't know if this is possible, but I think you would try to do it stealthily.
Okay. The hat being a fedora, because that was canon from last week. Kind of pull it down over your face. Be able to focus on it, and as you attune, you can feel it working its way kind of over your body. And as you complete it, the understanding of how to work it immediately aligns itself with you. And you know you can use the disguise as you need to.
I think just the time that he's taking the short rest too, he just starts picturing all the faces he's seen on his travels in Aurora's Rest. I think he starts to piece together a disguise in his mind.
Okay. Did you just spend 7 hit dice on 25 HP? That was terrible.
That's
I had
horrible.
horrible rolls, and my con is not very great, so life
Oh,
sucks, and then you
gosh.
die.
Oh gosh, he's
I
a
got
bug.
49 back. Jesus.
Yeesh.
I have
Okay.
the periapt of wound closure, and so I spent 6 hit die to recover 120 hit.
Jeez.
There are two ends of the spectrum. One who spends 7 dice,
Mm-hmm.
30 hit points.
Nothing
Okay.
goes wrong when I use my Soulwell Vial, right?
Not this time.
Awesome.
No,
Good to know.
not this time though. That's ominous.
Well, it's messed her up in the past. It's worse. It's worth
Yes.
questioning.
You guys had to go to Dreamland for me.
Yo, Dreamland was scary. I don't know if I want to go back.
We don't have a giant eagle to escape on anymore.
Yeah.
Mighty Eagle.
Mighty Eagle. Alright. So you guys take your rest. Dro, you attune. Yaslin, you go and find a healer.
Yeah.
and they do have some like people who cast healing magic here. And it's a woman who's bald, except she's got like a long braid, like that wraps around her neck. And she says, I don't usually see them be this brutal.
Don't ask.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll do what I can. And she's gonna cast Cure Wounds on you a couple of times. And you'll recover 17 more HP. And she specifically like targets the mouth. She's able to like realign the jaw and like seal the jawbone together, repair like the muscle and tissue. It's not perfect. You still have a long way. And she's like,
Yeah.
and she kind of looks at it after she's done. She's like, were those there before?
Or what?
I mean, sure. And she grabs a mirror and holds it up. And you have 2 rips as scar tissue on the side of your jawbone now.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Should I be concerned? Should I expect more of this from that arena?
I don't know for certain.
Okay. That didn't feel like a normal wound.
It wasn't.
Are you okay?
Yeah, actually, strangely enough, I feel like I'm doing better than okay.
She looks bewildered, like, okay. All right. You guys take your short rest. Anything you want to discuss on your way back down to the tavern? And Dro Randar, before you leave, comes up and got the mute off right before that happened. Puts a hand on your shoulder, says, I think your tough lady's going through something.
Yeah. Is it just me and Randar?
Kind of like, as you guys are like walking through the halls, she kind of pulls you back, so you're like a little separated from the pack.
The incident that gave me also messed with her.
Messed with her as in started to turn her into a bug.
You know, that's my best bet. You can explain to me how I should ask, hey, are you turning into a bug? Calmly.
Well, maybe ask him. Maybe he has some experience. Points at
Okay,
Hey,
well,
that's racist.
Oh my god.
Oh shit, I didn't think he heard me.
To be fair, he was a last minute addition. We did need to secure a way out of here when we planned on leaving, and he says he's good skyship pilot.
Well, I hope that turns out to be the truth.
Yeah, me too, because we almost fell once with our previous one, so...
Boy, what kind of luck have you earned yourself in this world?
No, I'm still trying to figure that out.
Right.
But there's got to be a little bit of luck if we're all still standing here after some of the crazy encounters. We fought an evil tree, a giant fire lizard, fire itself. Oh, and then we also went to some trippy world where, ironically, another bug was trying to eat one of us, I think. It's a long story.
Yeah, right. Look, I did better this time. But you know, the harsh lessons aren't something I enjoy putting on you. But I do enjoy seeing your growth, seeing the strength that you've developed over the years. Look, for each of them, I pass it on, I don't. But for you, Drew, still throw yourself into the middle of things. You should feel the situation out. Perhaps focus on defense a bit more. Yaslin's about as tough as they come. But she relies on that toughness a little too much, and the likelihood that something strong could come along and bring her down is more than likely if she charges at it without first understanding its strength. Your new Bugman, does he have a name? I don't think I caught it yet.
His name is Warden.
Warden, right? Yeah. Sort of good bad luck in that one, I think. Maybe a little less on the sauce before he goes in.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I questioned the choices that Margot and Seamus made when hiring him, but I trust them.
But I hope you trust them, and that's worth something if they trust him. And hopefully he won't take your ship down into a burning inferno in the valley somewhere.
So let's hope. And if anything, Just hope the fire isn't started by Margot.
Oh, I've tasted those fires.
As have I.
They're potent.
Yes.
Give her that. She's a little trigger happy, isn't she?
Little is an understatement, but
Sometimes not just trying to delete your enemies right away is worthwhile.
yeah. Seamus normally does the talking first. While ironically the ladies act first. And then I
in
just
some circles that's a little backwards, I suppose.
yeah, and I just act on the moment, I guess. Honestly, I prefer Seamus's ways now. Obviously knew when I was younger it was the opposite. But
Right. And then Seamus. Tricky one. One of the least direct fighters I've ever come across. Preparation may be the key for him. We can get things set up ahead of time. He may be his own version of a force to be reckoned with.
He honestly is more than once the reason we're standing here.
I believe that's probably true about most of you. When I adventured as well, that's how it went. We all took our turn, pulling everybody else out of the chasms of doom. But I want you to be strong and survive.
That's a plan. I've got too much to do to be kicking the bucket right now. And I've got too much on the line to protect. And that is why we took the risk in coming back here, get answers to get stronger. And I want to help them. He's going to glance at the back of everybody. They've got a never-ending list of questions, and some have bigger issues currently, and I want to help them.
It's a good thing for a friend to do. Got the response. They were very eager to read your reports. They sent the response quickly afterwards.
Girl just kind of looks at the crown. I think he would also, while looking at the ground, glance towards his bag. for his dagger. And did they return the information I've been seeking my whole life?
I have it if that's what you want. We're also interested in an audience. It's not mandatory. But they would like to have a conversation about what you've told them. So they can assess and ask questions. See if they can eke out any other information that you might not thought to have set in your report. It could be useful to them, but you don't know it might be.
Is this the first time Dro's ever had an audience with him?
With this particular set of people? Yes. Well, I'd say no. The initial ceremony of establishing your deal was probably in person, though. In person with them as well, but different setting, or probably one or two representatives out of a larger group.
I think no. I think Dro's heart starts to beat really fast. And when are they requesting this audience?
They're incredibly appreciative of the information you've sent. And they're being gracious and hospitable about it. At your leisure, before you leave.
Looks at the group. What am I supposed to tell them?
Got some personal business to attend to. Leave it at that.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna fly with them.
Just
Trust
for
me,
them
I've
to
tried.
respect it.
Okay. Randar.
Aye, boy.
Can I ask you a favor?
I don't think there's anything you would ever ask me that I wouldn't be willing to oblige.
I made a deal with them when we came here to not split, as previous encounters have not ended well with us splitting. So, to avoid me breaking my promise with them, I think the plan is to go back to the tavern we are staying. But there is something I would like to do, if you'd be more than willing to accompany me.
Name it.
I would like to visit the temple that Freya worked at.
We'll have to set you up with a disguise.
Yeah, that
It's one of the places that you keep an eye on.
That is something I can take care of. How
Good.
far away is the group right now?
Imagine if you've kind of been like slowly lowering your pace. They're about 20 feet ahead or so by now.
All facing forward?
Unless anybody's feeling nosy. Looking at Margot.
She's thinking about her arm.
Oh,
I think Droll will kind of pull Randar to the side away out of view. And he will cast Disguise Self on himself. Let me double check the spell. Because it changes everything, right?
It does. I think you've got a height limitation for up and down. Probably like a body size limitation for wider or thinner.
So I think he would grow a foot taller. His white hair that is shaved on the side, he would have a full head of white hair, a little bit longer, similar to like Seamus's length, maybe a little shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Contain his purple eyes. The grayish skin would shift to match Margot's. The monk robes would shift to a more commoner gear, leather vest, leather pants with a little wool. And he would assume the disguise to look as human as possible, removing all elven features.
Okay.
Look down at Randar. We planned for something to allow me to move freely. For the most part. The cloak that I've been wearing was a gift from Margot to help me blend in a little more. But at times, being the one in the group sticking back and not speaking seemed a little out of the ordinary, so I figured within the city, the mixing pot here, I could fit in more. Probably stick to the silent for the most part, but I assumed a member of the temple traveling with me would not cause any suspicion.
Their interest has waned in the years since you've been gone. But it isn't zero. They check up on me more frequently than they should. I'm still a person in interest for those who remember and haven't forgotten.
Then we can just go off the story. You are showing a traveler the city, and he is interested in the beauty of nature. And if they ask, the name's Alec.
Understood. Where are you from, Alec? It's one of the favorite questions here. People love to know where in the Aeon, where in the world of Aeon did you come from? Where in the time of Aeon did you come from? How are things in that part of the world?
He just kind of stops for a little bit. And looks at Randar. The Empire.
Which part? The Empire covers, what, roughly 20% of the planet?
All they need to know is the Empire. Everybody here is from all over. What does one person from the Empire differ from someone elsewhere?
Just be careful. Don't act surprised if anybody inquires about you, where you're from. Plenty of people from the Empire walk these streets every day. Some may think you have something in common. We want to talk about home. You get real suspicious real quick if you don't line up.
Good thing I have someone from the Empire then.
Get some lessons from her. Learn to drink like her if you need to.
Kind of grins. I've seen her drink. I don't think that's gonna be a problem.
Right.
He'll drop the disguise.
So what do you want to do about the information?
I take it they won't hand over the information I'm looking for without this audience.
Your report was thorough enough that they, like I said, they've already given it to me. And I can tell you, if you want, the audience is partially a formality for ceremony's sake. Partially because they like to be thorough in understanding the data their operatives have gathered. But the question of where are my parents has been answered. What are they doing and why did they leave? That wasn't your question to begin with, so we don't have those answers. Then you know the way it works. Bring them the information, they find what you're looking for. We can expand our questions after we get the first answer.
Going to look at Randar. Peek his head back around and look at the group. Where are they?
Arkmeyer.
So
I hadn't heard of it before either. They're alive. That much we do know.
The moment he says they're alive, Dro backs up to the wall and just falls to the ground.
They know more about them, I'm sure. I could feel it in the way they were conversing. But they like their exchange. They won't extort you for it, but they do want what they need And that's the role we play.
Okay. Well, shakily stand back up. I'll see their audience. But first, I want to visit that temple with you.
Understood. We're gonna make that happen.
I think now whenever the temple is less busy would be best.
Sure. We can make it work. I hear it's in the south.
I think the plan now is we're going back to the runic tankard. Because I need a drink. And
I'll buy you a damn barrel, boy.
and I think I need some time to think. But when you are ready and you think the temple is less busy, I would say meet me at the tavern.
Right. Just in case we'll want you at full strength. Take your time to rest. 2 days. I'll give you a couple of days to rest. And then we'll go.
After the audience, I would imagine we need to continue on with our journey. We are planning to head to the Guild of Knowledge to find answers. And I assume you know the pathway there, the one we plan to take. And obviously we would have to return back there, and upon that, our deal with Warden on taking the skyship to wherever we need to go. And that is so long as nothing within these days happen. But for now, I will inform the group of a few errands I must run with you. And hope they don't get themselves in some trouble. But now I think they're probably waiting on us. And I think an escort that you recommended might not be a bad idea. If you believe it would draw less attention to us. As of right now, I prefer not to use the little trick I have obtained to disguise myself at the moment. So anything that would help draw attention away, especially from individuals that literally look like they got their ass beat.
It's not a terribly uncommon occurrence coming out of my temple.
I mean, that's fair.
For folks to be looking like they're beat to shit. As they are.
That's fair. But for now, between me and you, my disguise trick, keep that between us for now.
Right. Easy.
Jarrell's gonna put his hood back on because he's still wearing the cloak. and start to walk with Randar to catch up to the group, trying to keep his composure.
He grabs your sleeve before you go too far. Do you mean to say you're not going after him?
I don't know. There's too many unanswered questions, and you just dropped the name of a place I've never heard of.
Right.
But out of respect for you, like I mentioned, we are going to the Guild of Knowledge, which Seamus Valgus has answers.
It usually does, as long as you can be useful to them as well.
And honestly, up to this moment, there weren't many questions that I had. But that is one now on my list.
I expected his most of the list for you.
For the most part, yes. And with addition of the others, I want their answers found if it will help them. But I also promised Yaslin I would return to her home with her to help her. So, the hunt for my parents is on the back burner. For now.
For now.
Dro will start to walk and stop and turn back to Randar. Thank you.
You're welcome. Supporting you in this way has cost me years of my life, boy. Been some of the best way I've ever spent my time.
Dro's gonna try like hell to hold back a tear. You raised the straight rat. Just kind of smile. And you raised him well.
And he's not even gonna try to hold it back. He's gonna let a few tears drop. And this long life of mine has been worth it.
Dro will wipe the tear away and put his hand on Randar's head. Now, you're still training them. Give him the ass beating you gave me. I'll just kind of smile and turn, holding in more tears, and start to walk away from Randar. And when he steps a little bit away, he'll kind of give in a little bit and let some tears roll down his face. But before he gets to the rest of the group, just kind of awkwardly wipes them off and just continues to follow.
Randar just lets his flow as he walks by, kind of slightly over his shoulder. Of course I gave him an ass beat. Why do you think they kicked yours?
We getting drinks, guys, or?
Yep, you guys wind up back at the tavern.
For a day night!
And that is where we will end for the session.